Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to read the very first poem of grade 11th, which is a photograph. This is about the narrator remembering her mother when she was just, you can say, the mother was quite young. I'm so sorry. It is that time when the narrator's mother used to be quite young. She was around, you can say, 12 years, hardly that much. So let's start and then maybe you will understand the theme of this poem. The cardboard shows me how it was, even when the two girl cousins went paddling. So cardboard here is she's actually has a picture in her hand, okay? And she's watching a picture, and that picture, she can see that there are two girl cousins, okay? There is one person in the center, and there are two girl cousins here. And paddling is like when you go for a boating kind of paddle, this long stick where you go to the boating and all, each one holding one of my mother's hand. So the person in the center is the mother of the narrator. And there are these two are the cousins of mother, and one is holding on the left and one is holding the hand on the right side. So this is shown in the picture. The picture shows the mother of a narrator. She's in the center, and next to her on both the sides are the cousins of the narrator, mother. And these three have gone to the paddling, like kind of a boating to the water. And she, the big girl, here the big girl means the narrator's mother, some 12 years or so. 12 years means here the poet is trying to tell you the age of the narrator's mother. So it's like 12 years. The narrator's mother was somewhere around 12 years. All three stood still to smile through their hair. So, I mean, there was somebody who was clicking their picture and they were giving a smile because they were being clicked at the uncle with the camera. So the person who was holding the camera was the uncle of the narrator's mother. So he was actually taking the picture. A sweet face, my mother's. That was before I was born. That means she's saying that my mother looked very pretty, very beautiful, and a very sweet face she had before the narrator was born. And the sea, which appears to have changed less, washed their terribly transit feet. Transit means moving. Now, what happens is, I'll just try to explain you this thing. Here, first of all, the poet is saying that the sea has not changed much. Even when the narrator's mother was small, the sea was the same. Even when she grew up, it was the same. Even when she will die, it is going to be the same. So the sea has not changed much, but the poet's mother has changed, of course, because sea cannot be aged, but humans do go through the process of aging. Number one. Number two, it means that sea was washing their moving feet. Now moving feet, how can the feet move? It is just an imagination that when the water comes and flows across your water, it feels as if you are also moving. Okay, so terribly means they were really dirty, and transient means moving feet. The feet were actually not moving that much, but it was the water that made them feel as if they were moving. Some 20-30 years later, now after 20-30 years, Abhi, we were talking about when this narrator's mother was 12 years ago. Now we're going to talk about 20-30 years later. She would laugh at the snapshot, see Betty, see Dolly. So who are these Betty and Dolly? Betty and Dolly are the cousins, the same cousins that you were mentioning here. So after 20-30 years, she would actually show this photo to the narrator, to the poet, and say, look, your aunties, look Betty and Dolly, how badly they used to dress them up, and say, look how they dressed us for the beach. The sea holiday was her past, mine is a laughter. Okay. Now, what is she saying? She tells her daughter that, look how Betty and Dolly were dressed up, how we used to dress up for the beach. Abhi to things have changed, with modernization times, even the clothing's also changed. But that time we used to go like that only. We used to wear anything and move outside. So the mother, or very often she used to, narrator's mother, she very often used to look at the photo and she used to give a smile and think about how they used to get dressed up when they were 12 years or so. Now here, why is it said that the sea holiday was her past? That means in the picture, if you can see, that holiday was the past of the mother, but for the poet here, the smile is the past. Why? Because the mother is no longer here. The mother has died. So she is only remembering her mother through the picture. So now the smile of the mother is a past thing to her because the mother is no longer there. Both worry with the labor days of loss. Worry means concern, and labor days of loss here means both of them, in a way, they have really felt as if labor days of loss here means the narrator is also able to understand the loss that she had, right? The mother feels that she lost her childhood. if you compare mother and the poet, the mother will always feel that the mother lost her childhood. And if you talk about the poet itself, the poet lost her mother. So both have a different kind of a loss. And now she's been dead nearly as many years as that girl lived. That means 12 years was the time when she was in the when the narrator poet saw the mother in the photo. She was 12 years or so, and exactly same years have passed until she died. मतलब जब पिक्चर में उसने पोएट ने अपनी मदर को देखा था तब वो 12 साल की थी, और अभी भी जब वो फोटो देख रही है तो उन्हें मरे हुए भी 12 साल हो गए हैं, ठीक है। तो ये जो एज नियरली एज मैनी इयर्स है, इसका मतलब यही है। एंड ऑफ दिस सर्कमस्टांस देयर इज नथिंग टू से एट ऑल, इट्स साइलेंस silences, मतलब at this point of time, there's nothing. The poet is just missing her mother, and it's all the silence that matters. I hope this was a very short poem. The figure of speech of this poem will be discussed in the next video. Thank you and have a great day.